Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Francisco Liriano has dominated the Royals this year, and tonight the veteran lefty will take them out for the Tigers. Warm evening for baseball. Welcome to KC and Kauffman Stadium. Game 1 featuring the Tigers and the Kansas City Royals. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Kirk Gibson, glad to have you with us for the Tigers-Royals Game 1 in this series. And Gibby, Francisco Liriano, I know he's been a little bit shaky in his last few starts, but boys, he dominated KC.
Well, he has dominated KC, and a little bit of pressure on Liriano now. The scouts are in the stands again, as they do every day until the end of the trade deadline. But he's pitching against a good team, 1-0, with just over a 2 ERA against Kansas City. He does live a little bit dangerously by the walks. Just under 7 walks per game, but the Tigers play good defense behind him, turn the double plays. He'll be in good shape for tonight.
All right, now we all know that Nicholas Castellanos has been the Tigers' best player all season long. When you get to this point of the season, you try and keep things loose in your pregame routine, and we caught Nick Castellanos doing just that before the game tonight.
Is this a video?
Yeah, it's a video.
Lovely. Yeah, look good, feel good, play good.
And rate good.
And rate good.
So I just happened to be walking in at 3:15 today, and there you see Nick, caught him getting his hair cut. They have a barber right here. They do their thing, and he was in relaxed spirits, said feel good, rate good, and we hope that he does that tonight. A lot of pressure on Nick as he is leading the way for the Tigers this year. You look at the 4 individuals right here, Castellanos, Moustakas, Davis, and Judge, all lead their respective teams in home runs, RBA, extra base hits, and runs this season. If you look at Nick, if he does get traded, like 40% of the Tigers' offense, they count on him so much if you do it by WAR. So anyway, Nick, ready to go tonight and ready to get after the Kansas City Royals.
All right, now when you have a young team, you look for positives, and one positive this year for the Tigers, Gibby, I think has been their base running.
Well, you know, I love base running. I always have. Helped the Tigers with them a couple years ago, and they've really picked it up. If you look at the BSR from Biz Data, they had the Tigers last year at a -58. This year they're a +11. Nick Castellanos is second on the team at a 10. And the secondary leads, they're paying attention. You look right there, good turns. They're paying attention to it. Most of the time they do their defense, they do their hitting. They don't practice their base running, but this year, because they don't hit as many balls out of the park, they're paying attention to the little things in the base running has really helped them out.
All right, Game 1 in the series a few minutes away. After a short break, we'll send you back to the Call Sam Studios. Trevor Thompson, Rod Allen standing by. But coming up in this one here tonight, Whit Merrifield, he's been awfully good for the Royals. One of their bright spots. Tigers-Royals, Game 1 in the series just minutes away.
what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. By Jeep, the official vehicles of summer. How's that? And by Greektown Casino Hotel, the only casino in the heart of downtown Detroit. Francisco Liriano gets the starting nod for the Tigers tonight in Game 1 of this 3-game series in Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. By Jeep, the official vehicles of summer. And by Greektown Casino Hotel, the only casino in the heart of downtown Detroit. We're in Kansas City. Game 1 of the 3-game series between the Tigers and the Royals. Francisco Liriano gets the starting nod for Detroit. And he's a guy who's going to try and do something he hasn't done since May, and that's get past the 6th inning. His ERA in April was 3.38. It has been steadily climbing ever since. Ron Gardenhire knows the player well and isn't overly concerned.
I was around him a long time, pitching over there with us in the other ball club. And he goes through these things. He gets out of whack a little bit every once in a while and misfires. He's going to throw a lot of pitches. That's just who he is. He's going to look really ugly at times. He might throw 4 or 5 pitches that you're like, oof. And then he might just blow them away the next 3 hitters. So that's who he is. That's what he's always been. And he really hadn't changed much from that.
Gardenhire told me he's got to locate his fastball tonight. That will be key. He has good numbers against the Royals. He's hoping that trend continues. The starting lineups in the first pitch. Mario Mpemba and Kirk Gibson have it all for you here in Kansas City. Next on Fox Sports Detroit.
Tigers starting a short 3-game road trip, the first of 3 against the Royals here at Kauffman Stadium, and the Tigers hoping for better things tonight here after dropping the series against the Red Sox. Tigers starting lineup presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. You got Martin, Rodriguez, Castellanos in your top 3 spots. Candelario is batting cleanup tonight. Then Vmart and Adduci at first base. McCann, Iglesias, and Reyes rounded out for the Tigers, and they are facing the right-handed offerings of Heath Fillmyer.
Heath Fillmyer, a youngster coming up. He's got AAA under his belt this year and been up here for 5 or 6 games. Fastball, slider is pretty good. Curveball, changeup. Not an overpowering fastball. It can be sneaky at times. Let's take a look at the Royals starting defense. Out into left field, Jorge Bonifacio, Paulo Orlando in center, Rosell Herrera in right field. Hunter Dozier at third, Escobar and Merrifield up the middle. Salvador Perez not catching tonight, he's at first base. Drew Brutera is catching Heath Fillmyer.
And we are ready for baseball here. The Royals fresh off a sweep of the Minnesota Twins. Ron Gardenhire brings his team to town for a short 3-game trip. It'll be Leonis Martin to get things started for the Tigers. Martin, Ronnie Rodriguez, and Nicholas Castellanos. Fillmyer brings it home, and we are underway tonight. It's a ball high to Leonis Martin. Back in the lineup here tonight for the Tigers. Got the day off yesterday with Chris Sale on the hill for the Red Sox. And Martin fouls it back. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Chris Sale was pretty good yesterday. Hard to beat when he's throwing the ball like that. The Tigers are reloaded, trying to take Kansas City down. 3-game series here. Night game tonight, tomorrow, and then a day game on Wednesday.
And the 2 teams have played 10 times this year, with the Royals winning 6. There's a ball high, and the count rolls to 2-1. Weather-wise, pretty nice here at the ballpark tonight. 86 our game time temperature. Here's the 2-1. Tigers trying to get the leadoff man on here.
That's a fastball early from Heath.
There is the rest of your weather. Partly cloudy. There is no rain in the forecast all 3 days here, so that's good news.
Good sized ballpark.
And Martin gets a walk, so the leadoff man on here for the Tigers. Tigers hoping to hit some home runs tonight. If they do hit 3 or more, you can bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Free small order of curly fries will be yours. Here is Ronnie Rodriguez. Ronnie batting in the 2 slot, hitting 190 this year for the Tigers. And he jabs a bunt, and it's strike 1 on Rodriguez.
Good idea. He's aggressive on the bunts, just like he is on the swinging fastballs. You can see trying to get a hit and advance Martin as well. Good idea.
That last bunt attempt drawing Dozier in a step at third.
Now hit a bullet by him.
Bouncing ball to short, should be 2. Escobar, Merrifield, and a double play. Taylor-made hard hit ball right at Alcides Escobar.
Just hit a 2-hopper right to him, 6-4-3. You know that Ronnie's going to swing. You hope that he elevates it, but he did not this at bat.
Here is Nicholas Castellanos batting .304 on the year. Nick, pretty good series against the Red Sox, was 3 out of 11. And Fillmyer delivers a strike right at the knees at 94 miles an hour. Heath is from New Jersey. He's 24 years old. He was acquired from the A's in January. Ryan Buchter went the other way. So did Brandon Moss. Nick rolls one foul at third base. 0-2 on Castellanos.
Look at the umpires tonight. Alfonso Marquez, Sam Holbrook, Jim Wolf, and DJ Rayburn. Rayburn, he ran me. None of the others got me. But you look out there, you got to say he got you.
Have you been keeping score over the years?
Well, it's just a memory. You know, it's like sometimes you look at a picture that you got or that he got you. Take notes.
Hard hit ball back up the middle, but Merrifield is there, and that'll take care of the Tigers here in the first. It is a 10-pitch inning for Pillmeyer, and now Liriano will take the hill. Coppin Stadium, and Francisco Liriano is on the hill for the Tigers, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
You can see the numbers there, 1-0 and 3 starts versus the Royals. Been walking a bit too many in his last 9 starts, just over 6 walks per 9. And the defense has played very well. He gets a lot of ground balls, and they pick him up, and that's how he's been wiggling out of some of those jams. Only throwing 55% fastballs for strikes, so we hope to see he's got a better fastball command tonight.
Whit Merrifield will lead things off for the Royals here in the bottom of the first inning, and Merrifield looks at a strike at the knees. When we last saw Liriano, it was in Houston before the break, and Francisco had to leave with an injury, but he has since had that back clear up. 0-2 now on Merrifield. Liriano got off to a great start this year for the Tigers. Has scuffled in the month of July, hoping to turn things around here against a team that by and large he has dominated this year.
And looking to go deeper.
That'll miss outside, 1-2.
Talking about the fact that he has walked more and thrown more balls, he has gone shorter in the games than he did in the beginning of the year. So he's hoping that he can get that command and extend his start tonight.
We heard Gardy just minutes ago talking about Liriano. Of course, Gardy has been with Francisco since, well, that 06 year when they were together in Minnesota. And Liriano was awfully good early in his career, and he said that's just part of the package.
Yeah, he knows it. He's had him for a long time. Don't get too worked up about it. He feels that he knows how to make the pitch when he has to.
2-2 on Whit Merrifield. In a season in which the Royals have struggled mightily, Merrifield is a bright spot. He's batting .302 with 5 home runs. And now he's worked the count in his favor, 3-2.
Want to keep him off the bases. A big threat to steal.
Herrera waiting on deck. And he walked him, ball 4. Leadoff bat is on for the Royals. Here is the rest of the KC lineup presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Rosel Herrera is coming up next. He'll be followed by Salvador Perez playing first base tonight. Bonifacio, Dozier, and Duda in the middle of Ned Yost's lineup, and then Orlando Escobar and Drew Butera. That kind of, Gibby, is a microcosm of the way the season has gone lately for Liriano. He got ahead and then eventually fell behind and walked him.
Yep, we tried to get the strikes with fastballs, couldn't command them. Merrifield 17 steals, 5 caught. Herrera very aggressive.
Runner goes and no throw. It'll be a stolen base, uncontested for Whit Merrifield. His 18th of the year.
James McCann had no shot. Merrifield went first pitch. See, he lifts and he's going to first pitch. If he throws over, he's got it. Sometimes you take that chance. And McCann just ate it smartly. Not going to get him. Why throw it down there and have it bounce into center field and let him advance to another base?
Ooh, good
Nice.
stop there. Well, McCann picked him up that time. 2-0.
Pretty good stop right there by McCann. Got over there quickly. Look how quickly he gets over. Good concentration, and Merrifield will steal third if you don't watch him.
Merrifield now 18 steals. Here's the 2-0. Bouncing ball right side. Adducey can't handle it. Everybody is safe. First and third now for KC. There'll be an error on Adducey.
Yeah, Ducey hasn't played a lot of first base balls, got topspin. Got to give Herrera credit for shooting the ball to right field, trying to advance Merrifield to third. Deuce can't make the play. And we got first and third, nobody out. You just hate to see games start this way. A walk and an error, and the Royals got something going.
And they have their number 3 hitter up there. It'll be Salvador Perez. Started again behind the plate in the All-Star game this year. Not a typical Perez season in terms of batting average. .220 this season, but 14 home runs.
You know, I'm a proponent of, if you're going to throw over there multiple times. Let them know you'll throw over there. They'll start shutting it down.
Perez, a double play candidate extraordinary. He's heading to 15 this year. And Liriano again falling behind. 1-0 the count.
Now, if you look at the infield here, if you keep throwing over here, you got this guy here. And if you take off, if this guy takes off, do you throw? What do you do? It's a very tough pickle to be in early here with 2 good base runners.
Perez had his 8-game hitting streak come to an end in their win yesterday over the Twins.
So you can throw the ball here, or you can cut in front and redirect. That's one of the plays. A double throw here. You don't want to just throw over one time. Let them know you throw over 2 or 3 times in a row. You can talk base stealers into going. If you go 2 times, they start guessing he's not going to throw over again.
2 balls and 1 strike. Liriano back here in April had a no-hitter into the 6th inning. That was against the Royals, actually in Detroit. They played here in May. One of his 3 starts versus KC this year. Fouled back out of play now. 2-2 on Perez.
Let's take a look. McLaren Health Plan brings you the Tigers starting defense. Victor Reyes in left field. Martin and Castellanos at center and right. Candelario at third. Iglesias at short. Rodriguez at second base. Got big Ducey over there at first base, and James McCann's catching.
Swing and a miss, and Perez down on strikes. Big strikeout early there for Liriano.
Now that guy on first base becomes big because you got the double play. Francisco makes a good pitch right here. Got some action on that 92-mile-an-hour. He turned it over. Looked like it was going to be in the zone. They got Salvador Perez, who has really hit well against the Tigers, but a slow start today.
Here is Bonifacio.
Bonifacio likes to go right center, right field in the air. Or pull on the infield there. However, they're straight up. Keep them at first. Keep that double play in order.
Popped up. Left side of the infield for Iglesias. And that is out number 2. So Liriano crawling his way back into this inning.
I think Iglesias was looking to see if Bonifacio was going to run. Considered dropping that. He's over by second base. Drop and pick it up, double play if he's not running, but he did run and he made the catch. Takes guts to do that. Never know where the ball's going to bounce. It's got spin on it.
Well, here is Hunter Dozier now with 2 outs. Dozier looks at ball 1. Former first-round pick of the Royals just a couple of years ago. He's played several different positions this year. He's played first, he's played third, played the outfield. Now the 1-0. Bouncing ball foul, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Looking at this Kansas City lineup since the last time we were here, Mario, Whit Merrifield has continued to play well. Rosell Herrera is actually an infielder playing the outfield. I think somebody may get traded. He'll come back into the infield. Salvi Perez heading towards first base, it looks like, in the future. Hunter Dozier, a young kid.
Well, the Royals are without Moustakas and Gordon in their starting lineup tonight because of the lefty Liriano on the hill. He's been death against lefties this season. So Ned has stocked his lineup with right-handers, but yeah, it's a much different look. And of course, these are give you 2 teams that are in transition right now. I mean, the Royals were in the World Series in 2015, and they went for it last year again as well, but came up short.
Yeah, how do you turn it around? It took them 10 years last time between World Championships. And we had Rex Hudler on in the pregame show today, and he's pushing to bring the young guys up here in Kansas City and also in Detroit. It's a process that takes time.
Now 3-1 on Dozier. Lucas Duda waiting on deck. So Liriano now is at 20 pitches. Leadoff walk, a steal and error, but Liriano has picked up a strikeout and a pop-up. It'll bounce in. That's going to be ball 4. That's loading the bases now for the Royals with 2 outs. And already 2 walks in this game now for Francisco.
Well, this is since May 9th, minimum 9 starts, highest walks for 9. There you see Tyler Chatwood just on top of Francisco Liriano, 6.12. Just, I think that was an off-speed pitch that he just buried. Good stop by McCann. He's getting buried early. You got a man on third, so you got to get down on those balls in the dirt, and he did. Hopefully Francisco finds the strike zone.
Duda, one of the few lefties in the lineup, although he had a really good series against Minnesota. He was 5 for 10. We mentioned that Francisco's been really good against left-handed batters. They are hitting under 100 against him.
Dude has got to be looking dead fastball right here.
Swing and a miss.
Then he gets the slider. Good pitch by Liriano. It's kind of the way he does it. He just has confidence in his pitches at any time. He knew what I knew and threw the slide piece in there, 1-0.
Now 2 balls and 1 strike. And Yost has been moving his players around quite a bit. Duda's played some left field, and Moustakas played some first base. Escobar's even played some center field, so they're moving some guys around in their lineup. Duda ahead of the count, 2-1. Line to center field, right by Liriano. Throw to the plate, not in time, a 2-run score. Martin with a terrific throw to the plate, but that was a bullet right by Francisco.
Well, he's lucky he didn't get hurt there. Thought it hit him at first, but it went into center field. Ball's out over the plate, outer third, and Duda just lets her go. Look at Francisco. Wow. Just gets down. And the Royals on the board, he did not wiggle out of that one. The Royals having nothing doing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Martin can throw, can't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, we've talked about that all year, and he's got 9 outfield assists. He made that play extremely close. Rick Anderson is out with a very early trip to the mound here to try and settle Liriano down, who surrenders the 2-out, 2-run hit.
Well, he's going to have to try and get working ahead of the count. Get behind like that, bases loaded. You got to throw it in there. Duda, the veteran guy, he barreled it.
Well, he told you earlier that Liriano trying to get beyond 6 innings for the first time since the month of May, so it's been a while. He's off to a rocky start. 25 pitch first inning, and here is Paulo Orlando. Swing and a miss, 0-1 on Orlando. Speedy outfielder is playing in center field tonight. He's been up and down 3 separate times this year for KC.
Last year he was in right field mostly. Runs very well. Good routes.
Line right to the third baseman, Candelario, to end the inning. Well, the Royals get a couple of runs, and Candelario will lead off the second.
Our cricket smile yesterday, Jamer Candelaria went deep. That felt good. The solo shot. We've been talking about how he's feeling better, and that made him smile yesterday.
Sure did. And Candy, it looks like, has come out of the break and his swing of the bat a little bit better. I think you'd agree with that, Gibby, because he, going into the break, was really scuffling to find his stroke. And Jamer looks at ball one high.
I think tired. People don't realize you're a young player. You play every day like that, really tires you out. I mean, you're tired when you start out, but not like you have like a reserve. But the longer the season goes on, you just lose it. Sluggish.
Wave and a miss, 1-2 on Candelario. Were there some things you did when you played, when you got into the months of July and August and September to try and keep fresh?
Yeah, hydrate, make sure you get your rest, fluids. Nowadays they have these foam rollers, they have ice baths. They're set at about 48, 49 degrees. Cooling the body core down starts the recuperation process. So you get in that 48-degree water, get it right down to your chin, enjoy it.
Enjoy it. There's a ball inside too.
Is that funny?
Yeah.
You think you'd enjoy that?
What is it? What'd you say, 48 degrees?
48, 49, 50. Well, if I go in first, it may be warm up a degree.
Here's the 2-2, and it's rolled to the right side of the infield. It'll be routine there for Merrifield. One gone.
You want to try it?
No.
Seriously?
No, no.
I promise it's refreshing.
Oh, I'm sure it's refreshing. I didn't say it wouldn't be. Here's Victor Martinez.
The team bonding thing. Maybe we can get the crew and everybody to refresh.
Yeah, if they're in, I'm in. Here's V-Mark batting .228.
So we'll make Keating first.
Okay. I'm not going to go anywhere with that.
Yeah, I would.
Victor strokes one to right center. It's going to loop in for a base hit. It'll be the first Tigers hit of the game.
That was Rod, right?
That's right. Rod Allen ram-picked the stick, has the knock.
Well, that first blood, Victor right off the end of the bat, over the shift. Been swinging better lately as well. Heard that bat break. Good soldier.
Here is Givadusi. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Good movement right there by Filmar. Ball really took off, a little two-seam sink.
It's our first look at Heath Filmeyer, who was an all-star in Double-A last year in the A's system at Midland in the Texas League. Soft roller, and it's going to be a diving play by Dozier to second for the force. Nice play by Hunter Dozier.
That was good. It was a dive. He knew he had Victor running, had time. If he got it, get it over there. And he did. That's a lot of what you got to know when you're on the time. How much time do you got? Do you want to panic? Is it worth throwing? Gather your time, make an accurate throw, and he did.
5-6 on that force out at second. Aducey aboard on the fielder's choice. Here is James McCann. Mac was 1 for 8 in the Boston series.
Wonder if he'd like Jimmy over James.
Well, his walk-up song is Jimmy Mac, so I don't know. I think he prefers James.
Yeah,
ball
I
outside.
understand that, but I'm just thinking to mix it up a little bit.
Oh,
We were talking not too long ago about superstitions, right?
yeah.
So people break tendencies, create new superstitions. So I thought that would be a good one for him, Jimmy.
Jimmy McCann.
Wait.
So now, when you were struggling, would you want to be called Kirky?
Yeah, I like it. It's better than what I was called.
Well, you got me there.
Yeah.
You got me there. 1-1 on McCann. Iglesias on deck. Tigers down by 2 early in this game. Outside, good pickup there by Butera.
So James has been swinging much better. He's got a little bit to show for him, but he's staying on the ball much better through the zone and using the whole field. This is a big outfield. You can get some. Well, they had an inside Parker here yesterday by their catcher. The ill-advised dive. They had the inside to Parker. The corners are very dangerous here too.
Sprayed down the right field line, foul.
And if you look down right here at this corner, if it gets by you, it rolls all the way down this fence. There's the dimensions. 410 to straightaways there, 387 in the gaps. That's a pretty big gap. I'd like to see him more 365. But there's the left corner is the same way. It rolls and it goes down that way. And they had the turf in here really dangerous because it could bounce over your head and get by you.
And McCann takes one down low. Now the count will go 3-2.
Ducey will be on the move.
So
Salvador going behind him.
you played here in the early 90s.
91.
And how much right did you play?
None.
None.
Left field.
Left field.
Supposed to be here as the DH. That's the year Bo Jackson hurt his hip playing football, so I had to go to left field.
Runner going on 3-2. Bouncing ball, and Escobar, great play. One hop throw, not in time. That'll put 2 aboard for the Tigers. An infield hit for McCann. Well, the Tigers battle division rival Cleveland this Friday, July 27th at 7:10. Stay after the game. Enjoy the spectacular Friday night fireworks. If you'd like tickets, go to Tigers.com. Detroit Tigers bringing you summer since 1901.
Can't get enough fireworks, can you? It's
Nope.
always fun.
Always a huge draw. Well, here is Iglesias now with the tying runs aboard.
He's going to go to a slider. Been mainly fastball so far, and they get a couple guys on, they start bringing out the good stuff. 3 home runs for Iggy. Hit one last week. Big 3-run home run.
A 4 RBI game against the Red Sox back at Comerica. And Iglesias looks at ball 2, and now that's going to send Butera out to the mound.
That's one.
Salvador Perez, who's playing first base tonight, also joining the conversation. He usually is heading up these confabs.
Yeah, you think he's running it even though he's at first? You know what I'm saying? Because he would normally go out as a catcher and run, run the meeting. So he probably went in and said, I'll handle this.
Iglesias 4 for his last 10.
2 catchers over there at first base talking strategy. McCann and Salvi Perez.
Here's the 2-0. Fouled away. Iglesias had a rip at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, look at Perez before the game getting ready. He's played 1 game at first. Today's his second, I believe. Look at it like a catcher would. Get down there, take it off the chest. Trying to talk himself into it. I like it over there.
You know, guys like Perez who have played a lot behind the plate, I think a lot of times those guys eventually will transition. Perez a good candidate for that. There's a drive in the air to left field. On the move is Bonifacio. He'll run it down. That'll end the inning. No runs. Tigers get a pair of hits. Strand 2. We go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Time now for the Bernstein advantage. Here are some numbers. Liriano against Merrifield and Escobar. It'll be Escobar to lead things off, and he has pretty much owned him.
Yeah, and Escobar is very anxious, very aggressive, and he will bunt, so Candy better be in. He'll bunt with a strike.
Liriano, a 27-pitch first inning. And now he goes to work against Escobar, Butera, and Merrifield. That's in there, a strike call. It was a scoring change from earlier in the game. Back in the first inning, the ground ball Herrera hit to a deucey has been changed to a single. Much to the chagrin of Liriano, because both runs now are earned runs. Little chopper slowly toward third. Jamer has it. Escobar is out, one gone.
Time for the DTE Energy Know Your Own Power. Yesterday, Drew Butera, catcher. You see the young Park outfielder dives and it goes all the way to the wall. Butera, a catcher, normally would not be a part of one of those, but he was. Played against his dad. I believe the last inside the Parker was in 1991 when I was on the team. Brent Mean here in Kansas City.
There's a ball outside to Butera.
So that's a few years. He hit 2 of them.
Wow. Him 91.
It was turf though too. So it was much harder on grass than it is turf.
Now there are some catchers that can run. Russell
Biggio.
Martin's a pretty good runner. Yeah, Biggio.
Yeah, but not so much at the end of their careers.
True.
The catching is going to get you. Squat down like that, you have to be finely conditioned. That hard on your body. Blocking balls, foul tips.
2-2 now on Butera, the last Royal to have it inside the Parker, regardless of position, was Gerard Dyson in 2015. Now that is certainly believable with his speed. Royals coming off that 3-game sweep of the Twins. That was their first 3-game sweep in about a year. You got to go back to July of last season when the Royals swept the Tigers. Low ball 3 now on Butera.
Don't want to walk the number 9 hitter.
To center field, another bullet back up the middle. It goes flying by Liriano. 1-out single.
Butera had a pretty good year against the Tigers this year. Hitting only 163 off of left-handers. Starts with the hit. Liriano was a little gun shy up there. Coming at him, aren't they?
Yeah, they had a bullet up the middle off the bat of Lucas Duda, which went flying by his ear, and that scored 2. That's how the Royals got their 2 with the bases loaded. The single by Duda. Merrifield got it started with a walk and a steal in the first inning.
Don't think that Butera would be going unless you did a hit and run, and they would hit and run with Merrifield. Got to watch it. Guys like Merrifield, some managers give the player the freedom to put a hit and run on themselves.
Strike called.
So he would look out and do something. Butera might have an answer. Like he just reached back and spit behind the dugout or the batter's box there. Maybe that's a sign. Put it on. I don't think they do it as much nowadays as they used to. Because as a hitter, your hitter knows more than anybody what he thinks is coming.
Swing and a miss.
Not with 2 strikes. 0-2. That's strike 3.
So Merrifield is out of there, and that'll bring up Rosel Herrera. Guess never really realized that back in your day you had guys that would actually put the hit and run on themselves.
Oh yeah. Tram was the guy, Sparky let him do it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Herrera had a single, and he scored a run in the first. Roll toward third foul. Bang that one off his foot.
Candelario picked that ball up, was looking towards second, and Ronnie Rodriguez saw that it was off his foot. I didn't really see it off his foot.
Well, if it wasn't, then Herrera sold it pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think it was. Came off flat.
One and one on Herrera, who was claimed off the waiver wire from Cincinnati in June. He's made some nice defensive plays here with his new team, the Royals.
Runs good. They like him. Very aggressive. Hustles. Let's take a look who we got behind the plate. Alfonso Marquez tonight. Most hitter-friendly full-time up. Means he doesn't call anything out of the strike zone. Left-handed batters rarely calls inside. Right-handed, or willing to call inside. We're gonna got some stuff here. If we get into some replays and stuff.
Line to left field, base hit. Butera holding at second base. That'll be the second hit of the game for Rosel Herrera.
We turned on that. They tried to come inside again. They got out the back quick. He wants it in. He gets it in. Look at it. He gets them hands in there. Just out of reach from Iglesias.
Royals now have 4 hits already, and that'll bring up Perez, who fanned in the first. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Perez, you were mentioning this earlier, has had really good numbers in his career against the Tigers. 18 career homers against Detroit. Nearly a 300 batting average as well. Pulled foul. By the way, as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moments later in tonight's game. Now Liriano is ahead 0-2. He'd like to put him away here. His pitch count starting to elevate now. It's at 45 here in the second. Start averaging more than 20 pitches per inning. That is getting up there.
When you throw that many pitches, you get tired and you have a higher instance of hanging something where you don't want it.
You know, Francisco during spring training this year said the one thing I really want to concentrate on this year is getting outs within the first 3 pitches. That's something that I need to improve on. I've walked too many over the course of my career, but it's just something that, as we had mentioned before, has been part of the package, and he has not been able to handle that area. The 1-2, and now he's gone 2-2. It'll get away from McCann, and both runners move up. And it's a wild pitch.
Well, just like the previous pitch, Liriano, that's about a 55-footer. Pretty hard to keep that in front of you. Runners advance.
Ooh, look out. Whistled foul back into the seats. Well, even the runner in third, Butero, was ducking. And Perez making sure everyone is all right in the seats. That got into the crowd quickly.
Yeah, their nets don't go down as far as some ballparks do, and that got right by the end of it.
Apparently she took that ball off the shoulder and seems okay. It'll miss inside. Now he's gone 3-2.
Did she catch it?
Can't imagine she did. That shoulder is going to be a little bit sore tomorrow morning.
She had to get a hand on it, or a glove.
Now the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes Perez.
Excellent.
For the second time in this ball game. Big strikeout for Liriano. Well, Liriano avoided more trouble in the second, stranding a couple of runners in scoring position. Tigers still trail by a pair, and now it's going to be Reyes here in the third. Reyes, Martin, and Rodriguez facing Philmeyer. And Victor looks at ball one high.
Tigers need a runner, get some pressure on young Heath Philmeyer. He does not overpowering. He's thrown 135 fastballs this year and gotten 53 swings against them. He has gotten 0 swings and misses, so you can put the bat on the ball. So you'd think that maybe the Tigers will get somebody on and get him running, because they've just struggled to score runs in this really about the last 40 games.
Reyes shoots one right back to the mound. Soft line drive caught by Philmeyer. One away.
I'm trying to figure out why Philmeyer, he's sneaky though. These guys, he's broken what, three bats tonight?
At least.
It's just something. He's got a good finish on his pitches because he's breaking bats. Got one off the end of the bat as well. And Victor's down.
Here is Leonis Martin. Walked in the first inning and eventually was erased on a 6-4-3 double play. Time of the year, Gibby, where these two teams are probably looking toward the future a little bit more, and there's some players on both of these teams that have been talked about in terms of possible trade candidates. Martin's name has been floated around for the Tigers. Liriano, tonight's starter. Mike Fiers chopped to first base.
Another jam shot. Honestly, I think everybody's on the block.
Yeah.
On every team. This year it's sellers, it's a buyer's market, because it seems like everybody's put all their players on their team. You know, they'll listen, they say. And so when a team approaches another team and tries to make a deal, they're really not ready to make a deal. I think they're just going to wait till it comes down to the end where you have a time frame, and I think everybody thinks the deals will be better. The sellers do, and I think the buyers do. There'll be good deals out there for both.
When you were managing the Diamondbacks, how involved were you at this time of the year in terms of, you know, looking at certain players and getting your opinion?
Well, they run names by you, and you weigh in whether you think they fit your type of style, things that you may know about a player, or maybe you know somebody that knows about a player and you make a call to them. I mean, everybody's out getting info. I was talking to Ellis Burks today, who's the scout for the Giants. He asked for about a couple of players on Detroit's team, and I said, well, what do you guys have in return? And you know, everybody wants to get rid of their prospects. Some turned out to be suspects, some are prospects, right? But they're younger. Everybody wants to trade their younger guys.
And Rodriguez swings and misses to strike out. 1-2-3 inning for Heath Fillmyer. We'll go to the bottom of the third. As we go to the bottom of the third, Menards brings you the big money encounter, and as you can see, things have kind of progressed, Gibby, the wrong way for Liriano.
ERA on the way up. Opponent's average on the way up as well. Had 3 wins in April, has not won since then.
He was the Tigers pitcher of the month in April with that ERA a little over 3.
And to be fair, I mean, he has thrown some games that he should have won. Tigers had a hard time putting the offense behind him. But that goes around the league that way. You just got to fight through it, keep busting it. He is.
And Jack Morris will kill me for saying this, but that's why I believe that wins and losses for starting pitchers really doesn't tell much of the story, in my opinion. 3-0 on Bonifacio.
Because of run support?
Because of run support sometimes. I think, you know, your whip tells a better story. Your other deeper statistics are a little bit more telling. That ball's down the line. Is it going to hook? And it's going to be a foul ball. Ooh, man.
Well, if you're judging everybody by the same criteria, does it become more valuable? Isn't it valuable that way? You know what I'm saying? It's like
wins.
Yeah, anything. I mean, it's you establish a mean and you work from there. I understand they've added other elements as Liriano again with the walk.
Well, a couple of years ago, Felix Hernandez won the Cy Young and he was 13-12, but he won the Cy Young that year because the rest of his numbers were Cy Young worthy.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying I think wins are important. I mean, if you have a guy like Jack Morris, who's not going to kill me for saying this, who took the ball and kept it deep into the game when he was up 6 runs and saved his bullpen. I mean, it's important that he can stay in there and win that game.
It's a good point. It's a fair point.
But there is a movement to, you know, not weigh it as heavily, the wins. I understand that as well.
1-0 Dozier. I think we both can agree that walks are bad. They are not good, and Liriano has 3 of them tonight.
So if the wins aren't as important, what do we put more weight on? Innings pitched,
Innings
hits?
pitched, whip, hits. 1-1 is skied in the air to center field. Not very deep. Martin coming in, and that is the first out of the inning. Time for a game break now. Trevor Thompson. All right, Trev, thanks. Here it is 2-0 in favor of the Royals. And Lucas Duda provided a 2-run single in the first inning to give the Royals their lead. Played and pulled on Duda, whose single went right back up the middle into center. Good pitch. 1-1.
60 pitches, only 33 strikes. About that 55% that we quoted you earlier since May 9th.
Told you earlier that lefties coming in were batting .088 against Liriano, but it was the lefty Duda that drove in a run with a drive up the middle. Drove in 2 runs, actually.
Right over his head. Don't want to get it out over the plate again. Bust him in.
Swing and a miss.
Nice slider there. Little late action. Duda was looking for that fastball he got the first at bat. Nice late break.
Duda has big power. Twice he's hit 30 home runs in a season. And that got him. Strike 3 in the outside corner.
Nice pitch right here. We're going to look at every pitch. Got him looking for the fastball. Actually, it was behind 2 balls and a strike. Came with that slider right there. Then another nice slider on the outside part. Duda thought it's going to break off the plate and right on the corner. Hit James McCann's mitt. Down he goes.
Here is Paulo Orlando. Hit a ball hard his first time up, but straight at Candelario at third.
Like the way Orlando stands up there and he really loads that bat when the ball's approaching. Keeps it nice and high. You want to have a good ready position. That's where your hands are before it's going to the ball.
Orlando called up July the 13th recently for the 3rd time this year.
He was up and down last year as well. You know, had a discussion with Rex Hudler about some of their youngsters, and I think that many youngsters benefit from going up and down a few times. It's because it gets overwhelming when you're really young. When you go back down to AAA or AA, you're much more comfortable. You should perform a bit better. And the next time you come up to the big leagues, you're more comfortable and you know you belong. And you perform much better.
Two and two on Orlando. Orlando's the guy that got to the big leagues a little bit later, though. He is now 32 years old. Out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Paulo Orlando.
Kind of quiet crowd tonight, huh?
Very quiet.
Wasn't even that hot today. Tell you, I've had some unbelievable thunderstorms in this place.
3-2. They don't mess around here in the Midwest in these thunderstorms around here, do they?
No, you get your car in the garage.
Escobar waiting on deck. We're talking about Orlando's age. He did not get to the big leagues until he was 29 years old. That was back in the 2015 year. Runner going on 3-2 and a swing and a miss to end the inning. 5 strikeouts now for Liriano. Still 2-0 Royals. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. For tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And it's Chevy Truck Month. Bring on the new and hand down the old Chevrolet. Find new roads. Back here in Kansas City, where the Tigers and Royals go to the 4th inning in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Royals have a 2-0 lead.
Nicholas Castellanos will lead it off. Well, he's so due, because I've had him 3 times and got 1 point. He's due to just come out and take over this game, don't you think?
Well, it could happen right here, Kibby, because when you have Nick and he doesn't perform for you, it's just not normal.
No, but I'm saying I've had him 3 times and got 1 point, so the odds say
he's due.
And the Tigers offense needs to wake up as well.
The other possibility is that you simply bring him bad luck.
Well, I'm not buying into that.
No.
No. 6 runs in 3 games. I think the Tigers offense the last 40 games has been right around 3.2 runs per game.
Fouled away 1-2 on Castellanos.
You could hit one up here. We could catch it too.
You could.
Yeah.
Nick with 118 hits this year, good for 4th in the American League, and he's been top 5 most of the year. He has been the Tigers' most consistent hitter. Was 304 coming in. Just got a little piece of that one to stay alive. Nick got his first major league hit in this ballpark. It was an infield single.
Can you imagine what it would be like to come to this park as a rookie? It's different than any stadium anybody's played in, I'm sure.
Swing and a miss. Philmeyer got him to chase up top. Let's check in now Matt Shepard.
Mario, I love the subtle jabs, oftentimes bad left from previous teams. Remember, the Minnesota Twins were just here for a 3-game weekend series. When Ron Gardenhire walked into his visiting clubhouse office today, a frozen screen picture of him arguing with Wally Bell, back from when his Minnesota managerial days were taking over. And Ron Gardenhire was able to tell a cool tale about that picture. Soon after that game, the next day when they walked by one another after Wally Bell had thrown him out, Wally Bell asked him to sign the picture. He pulled it right out of his chest protector and said, hey, sign this for me. They actually became pretty good friends. And those were some really cool stories about managers and the arguing. Then I said, do you kind of miss that part of the game? You don't get a chance to argue as much anymore. He says, yeah, it's kind of boring right now. I actually miss some of those good old days where you had some sparring jabs. And then I asked him some of the best umpires he'd ever been around, and Gibby Ewer had some great tales too, but Doug Harvey, Tim McClellan, Frank Poole came to mind for Ron Gardenhire. He misses dealing with those guys, not just balls and strikes out safe, but also the verbal sparring that they oftentimes got in, guys.
Well, you know what else arguing would do, and Gibby, you can speak to this. Sometimes when your club's not going good, you want to jump start them, you just go out there, get thrown out, fire them up a little bit. You can't really do that a whole lot anymore.
Yeah, well, you know, I was watching a game, late night TV from, 30 years back, and I saw one of the umpire confrontations, and I thought, you don't see them anymore. They may be entertaining, and they do have their purposes. Right here, taking the called third strike. He's got a good sneaky fastball there, but there's good by not having it, and but there is an aspect of it that makes you miss it.
Yeah, the colorful part of the game of the past that no longer exists.
I asked Gardy about what was the word. Most of the time the next day it's totally gone,
Yeah.
But we were talking about what one stuck with you.
Slow tap, and it's going to be picked up at first by Perez. That's going to end the inning. Hold on to that thought. We'll come back with it. Tigers go 1-2-3 here in the 4th. 4-2 in favor of KC. You know, the letter S down there looks like she's having a whole lot of fun, don't you think?
She's got that water in the left hand anyway. Water and lemon. It's good. Keep hydrated.
Always a good practice. Escobar will lead things off now against Liriano. In there, a strike called on Escobar. Liriano is already up to 70 pitches, so the bullpen will be a big part of this one for the Tigers tonight. It'll bounce in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Escobar with a ground out. He's 0 for 1, followed by Butera and then Merrifield in the home part of the 4th inning. Two runs on 4 hits for the Royals. No runs, 2 hits for the Tigers.
Turn that one over nicely. Escobar out in front. Tell you one thing, you look at Liriano, it seems like it's been a bit of a struggle tonight, but he really doesn't show any negative body language. He just keeps taking the ball. Veteran guy, he knows that he's got to get the job done, find a way to find his, get in the mess. That's a good pitch right there. A changeup down and away.
And all of a sudden now 6 strikeouts.
Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by AWS. Drew Butera. This was yesterday. An inside the park home run, and we're tracking him 25.6 feet per second, home to home, 16.43 seconds. And trust me, time. But here's some of the fastest. Brandon Nimmo from the Mets, 14.7. So he did okay. It doesn't seem like it was that much faster, but that you're going 25 feet per second at 1 second difference. That's quite a distance. That's 25 feet, right?
Yeah, it looked like the piano jumped on his back just about 3 or 4 steps around third.
You ever done that where you're running and you feel like you have a piano?
The legs just give out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Well, fatigue, I guess.
You get fatigued and you quit moving your arms. When you quit moving your arms, you quit moving your legs. So you got to find a way to relax your arms, pump them, and the legs will follow.
Oh, down he goes, and Butera hit by the pitch. So he is on base for the 2nd time of this game. The number 9 hitter, a single and a hit by pitch.
He's trying to come in there again. It's the slider. Got around it. Got him on the front foot, the left foot. You want to get hit, that's about as good a spot you get hit at.
The Royals have had a lot of traffic on the bases tonight. They've had at least 1 base runner in every inning so far. They got their 2 runs in the first. Merrifield, a walk and a strikeout. That one about 4 rows deep. Merrifield came in batting .389 against left-handed pitching, 3rd best in baseball. Of course, the Tigers' Nick Castellanos has been the best against lefties most of the year.
Yeah, he shored up a few things with Merrifield. Had 16 hits against him and 135 of them. Last season he had 15 hits and 214 changeups.
Well, we're going back to college with Nissan. Merrifield went to college in South Carolina. They've got a very good baseball program. He was part of the 2010 College World Series champion. Hit .329.
Is that the Gamecocks?
They are. Good program. That's driven in the air toward left field. Here comes Reyes running in to make the play. 2 gone. It'll bring up Rosell Herrera.
Finally got him out again.
'27 pitch first for Liriano, and that kind of set the tone for this one. Gave up a walk, a single, a steal, another walk, and a 2-run single.
It takes a lot out of you, but you know, here we are, the top of the 4th, giving up 4 hits and only 2 runs. Tigers no runs and 2 hits.
And it seems like with all the base runners the Royals have had tonight, Liriano should be trailing by much more than 2, but that's a credit to Francisco, who has picked up 6 strikeouts.
Yep, he's striking out, and he's always able to get the double play as well.
Chop to the shortstop, Iglesias. Oh, look at that flip from the glove. Are you kidding? Get some mustard for Jose Iglesias.
On that hot dog, that was a good play. You got to give it to him. That was flashy, but that was sweet.
Check this out. Zip. Wow. Still 2-0 Royals.
Happened last inning. Look at Iglesias right here. This ball, Herrera may beat it out, but he quickly backflips that out of his glove to Ronnie Rodriguez. Look how accurate it is. And when he first came up, he wasn't as accurate. That is beautiful. He even had pace on it. Look at that. You could catch it with your bare hand.
I mean, I could see making that play if you're a foot or 2 from the bag, but he was a wide margin away from the bag.
I know when he first came up, those didn't always come in as accurate as that throw, but you watch. If you come to a ballpark, you watch these infielders, they take ground balls every day. He practices that almost every day.
Ducey sends a ground ball to first, knocked down by Perez, stays with it, backhanded flip to get him. And Perez, with a huge smile on his face, gonna doff his cap. How about the last 2 plays made in this game?
Well, it's like, I'll top that, huh?
Exactly.
And Sal Perez, he doesn't play over there very much. He kind of scooped this one up. Look at here.
Wow. It's pretty good.
Blind flip. Look at the hand, right hand. And a good stretch.
How many times have you seen a guy doff his cap for a ground ball?
Philmeyer's a pretty good athlete. Getting over there, pitcher.
So here is McCann now. Philmeyer getting some quick outs. You're mentioning he is a good athlete. In college, he was a very good shortstop and occasionally filled in as their closer his freshman year, and then he moved to the starting pitching role as a sophomore. McCann waves and misses.
92 four-seam fastball right at top, and it plays sneaky.
McCann 367 versus the Royals this year. That'll dive low and away, 1-2. McCann did not chase. Phil Myers' pitch count in good shape. This is his first appearance since 10 days ago.
Let's take a look at this windup. You know, he's really getting in, and watch his goes behind. Look at his arm, it goes behind, he hides it, still behind, and it comes quick. And he's sawing off a lot of the lefties for sure. Getting in on him. And the ball to the righties is tailing in. Reaching.
95.
Yeah, that's the fastest ball he's thrown tonight.
Tigers have only 2 hits. McCann a single, Victor Martinez a single. McCann couldn't hold up. Down he goes via the strikeout. 2 away, and that'll be 4 strikeouts now for Phil Myers. Well, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app, take Fox Sports Detroit and Tigers baseball with you wherever you go. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
McCann right there on the fastball. It looked like it was going to be inside corner. Tailed off. He couldn't hold it.
Iglesias lined out to left field his last time up. Foul ball. They just yanked it foul.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch. 95 the high, low of 80. He's on quite a roll. He's Phil Myers. Tigers got to find a way to get some pressure on him. Get somebody on. Get 2 guys on.
Up the middle, going to be a tough play. Merrifield, quick throw is not in time. Man, did he make that close? I didn't think he had a prayer.
They're going to check that one.
Infield hit right now for Iglesias.
What do they got here? They're going to do it.
Ooh, wow, they are.
Now, we have some umpire stats. I don't think that's going to be overturned, do you?
Nope, I agree with you.
First base umpire is Sam Holbrook, right?
Yes, and he is the crew chief.
Yeah, they keep data on, you know, how many times you make a call and it gets challenged and how many gets overturned. He has not fared so good, but I think this one's gonna hold.
How about that arm strength from Merrifield?
I like that one.
They're showing a replay up on the big board here, and the crowd seems to think that Iglesias was out. We shall see. Oh, they called him out.
Wow, that's amazing. It's 9 out of 12 is reversed.
It'll be a 1-2-3 inning. Great play by Whit Merrifield. Still 2-0. Royals have a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the 5th inning. Perez has been fanned twice in this game by Liriano, and Salvador will lead things off here in the 5th. Perez, Bonifacio, and Dozier. A couple of dazzling defensive plays for the Royals in that half inning.
First at bat, Liriano threw a lot of fastballs, but he threw them in, down and away, up and away. Second pitch, he mixed in some breaking balls. So what does he do on the third at bat? Salvi tried to jump him quickly there on the foul ball.
On the ground with the shortstop, ranging left, Iglesias. And Perez is out, 1 gone.
Good pitch by Liriano right there, down and away. Perez trying to pull everything. Easy ground ball to Iglesias.
It'll bring out Bonifacio. Pop up and a walk for Bonifacio. We've got action. Alcantara warming up for the Tigers. The high pitch count. That's a fair ball right over the bag. How about that? It's going to be extra bases. Bonifacio heading to second, and he'll stop there. Little cue shot over the bag at first. A 1-out double for Bonifacio.
That's a good pitch. 87 pitches for Francisco right now. Boy, you got somebody up in the bullpen, and this is not a bad pitch. And he gets right over the bag. You won't see many of those all year long, but hit it off the end of the bat. A cue shot is a double.
Here is Hunter Dozier.
He's going to want to leave Liriano in there to get through Duda, who follows Dozier. Watch him. Second.
Dozier, a first rounder in 2013, was the Royals minor league player of the year a couple of years ago in 2016. Chopper to the shortstop, Iglesias. He'll check the runner. Dozier is out.
Did you see Iggy throw that?
It's unreal, man.
How accurate he is.
And it's an off-balance throw.
That you would not normally promote that, but he's so good. And he just looks him back and just flips it, and it's right there. Good play. He's feeling it, isn't he?
He is, and he's played that way all season long. When the Tigers had Omar Vizquel here as a coach, I think Omar tried to get Iglesias to, for lack of a better term, calm down a little bit. And that's just the way Iglesias plays. And it's probably the best baseball that he plays when he's playing like that.
What if you had Ozzie Smith? Would you try and calm him down?
No, that's a good point. Probably not. Oh, and 1 on Lucas Duda. 2-run single in the first inning, the difference tonight.
Here's the Chevrolet's most dependable player. Highest out rate on a ground ball and bunt. You see Liriano right there. 79% of the time he gets the ball on the ground, it turns into an out, and you have good plays like we've seen the last 2, and that really helps. Here's why right here. Get a ball to your shortstop, it picks everything up. Always makes the play. But what was he, 3rd or 4th on that list? That's 4th out of a lot of pitchers.
1 and 2 on Duda.
Spreading it around. 6 strikeouts, 4 groundouts, and 4 flyouts.
Royals have left 6 on base, and Liriano trying to leave another. Bonifacio at second with 2 outs. Ooh, McCann, man, he's been busy all night. Picking balls out of the dirt.
We're going to show this in slow motion. Just watch the concentration. You got to get to a spot where you think you got a chance at finding it. And he ends up catching that thing with his glove almost backwards. Would have grinded out. You might think, well, there's 2 outs. It doesn't matter if he goes to third, but it does, because if he bounces another one.
Slice toward left center field and sinking. Going to drop. Base hit in front of Martin. It'll be an RBI single, and Lucas Duda has driven in all 3 Royals runs tonight. And all of them with 2 outs. It's going to be it. So Liriano was unable to get the left-hander Duda. And Liriano will be lifted from the game 95 pitches in. Gardy takes the baseball. We'll be back. It's now 3-0. Tigers go to the bullpen. Wall side windows. Pitching change. It'll be Victor Alcantara.
Alcantara in his 5th game since coming up. No earned runs yet. Let's keep it that way. Walking a strikeout. Throws a lot of strikes.
Liriano threw 27 first-inning pitches and really was never able to recover his pitch count most of the night. Got him in trouble.
I mean, if you think about it, he really did pretty well, except for one guy, Duda, taking it to him. And just unable to get the big out when he needed it, but he's still left the Tigers in position. Royals only have 3 runs.
Here's Paulo Orlando.
I mean, this is one of the days when the Jack Morris story would be he'd come in and say, I never lost with 10. That meant getting some runs. He just couldn't take it. But occasionally we'd say the opposite to him, too.
Yes, I'm sure he would.
We never got beat with the shutout. Goes both ways, Jackson.
Alcantara was putting up good numbers at Toledo. Little bouncer toward third base. Candy on the charge. Quick flip. And they got him. Nice play by Candelario to nip the speedy Paulo Orlando. So the Royals get another run. 5 in the books, and a nifty play by Jamer.
like we promised, it's time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment. How about Shep making real tight friends with, was that Slugger?
Slugger on the right there, yes.
They said don't touch his hair, so they went right to his tan face.
You know, you got the feeling that Shep was, you know, calm and cool and collected like he normally was, but you got the feeling his Slugger was about to be slugged. If he wasn't going to move.
It was getting a little
close?
much.
He's
We all have our tipping point, don't we?
He's doing your brows there.
Well, you know, the thing is, I mean, we're in the middle of pick the stick.
Right.
That's you know, when you're in Ram pick the stick, that's a serious moment.
Well,
and I don't think those Lions understood it.
No, it's the most serious part of the pregame show.
Right. Well, every viewer knows that.
Yeah.
They are Lions, right? I mean, I don't know what that has to do with Kansas City. I guess Royal, King of the Jungle, I suppose. I don't know why they have a lion as their mascot. They're not playing at Ford Field, for crying out loud.
One gone, Philmeyer with another strikeout.
Shep, you're out there by the waterfall somewhere, left or right field.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. This is one of my favorite ballparks, you guys. I think it's one of the most underrated ballparks. There's so much to see out here. The people are great. There's not a bad seat in this house. It's beautiful. It really is. And by the way, there's a ton of Tiger fans out here.
Shep, I will pay you $10 if you jump in the fountain.
Hey, listen to me. You know how badly I need money. Give me my dinner tonight. You know how badly I need money. Don't be betting me, man.
I'll give you 1,000.
Plus, it also says here, warning: persons entering the fountains will be arrested and prosecuted.
Well, you'll have
Who's gonna bail me
100
out?
left over after I give you the grand to do it.
Who's gonna bail me out?
900 to get out. I'll come get you.
Hey, listen. Then I'll know where my real friends truly are. Who's going to show up at the Kansas City prison and say, I'm here to bail out Matt Shepard?
You don't care if we wait a week, do you?
Well, by then I'll be in a gang.
First of all, I don't think it would be a prison. You would probably go to jail, not prison.
Go to the magistrate.
I'm glad you know. Sounds like a guy spoken from experience.
Oh, no, I've heard.
Couches, East Lansing. Both
Easy.
these parties up there.
This thing is off the rails quickly, man. Don't mess with Shep. That's the moral of the story. One gone, Martin the batter. Here in the 6th inning. Royals lead 3-0 and a swing and a miss. And, well,
change up.
Who is Heath Philmeyer? We're finding out. 2-away. Be part of history when the Tigers retire the number 2018 Hall of Fame inductee Jack Morris. Prior to the Sunday, August 12th, 1:10 p.m. game against the Twins. First 10,000 fans receive a replica Jack Morris jersey. For tickets, go to Tigers.com. 2 gone now, and Philmeyer missing to Rodriguez in the dirt there as some of the Tigers fans that Shep was speaking of.
You see you watch the highlight films of Jack Morris right there. You think he pitched today? Shep still on?
Of course he could pitch.
He could absolutely pitch today. What did Ron Gardenhire tell us the other day, fellas? He said if I had to have one big win, one big game, he's right there at the top of that list.
Yeah.
I'd say Jack probably his best was mid 90s, but that split he had was lights out.
Whoa, look at that play by Philmeyer, man. Showing some range and some hops, and another 1-2-3 inning. Philmeyer's retired 13 straight.
Game summary, Tigers trail 3-0. Lots of damage from Lucas Duda. Liriano dominating the left-handers in the first inning. That big hit came with 2 outs. Then again, Duda in the 5th inning. 2 outs, gets it. And how about Heath Vilmeyer? He's just really been sharp today. Lots of fastballs at the top of the zone. Now he's going to the curveball, the slider, and a good change. And he's 6 innings, only 2 hits, walked 1 and struck out 6.
13 of Phil Myers' 18 outs have come in 4 pitches or fewer, so that's pretty good.
We've only hit, what, 2 balls in the outfield?
At the most.
Dominating.
Yeah. That he has. Alcantara is back out there for the Tigers. A swing and a miss.
Vilmeyer, we talked about him being a good athlete. Said he used to be a shortstop before he was converted.
He was.
Got on that quickly. Made a good play earlier when Salvador Perez did the backhand flip to him.
Escobar takes one low and away. So Liriano goes 4 2/3. Alcantara came on to get Paulo Orlando in the 5th. Victor in the minor leagues throughout his career had issues with walks. Over 4 per 9 in the minors. Here's a wave and a miss.
Alcantara's got a lot of movement on his pitches tonight. A lot of motion. He's got that little delay.
Escobar, Butera, and Merrifield here in the Royals 6th.
But he really jumps. You watch, he's got this little delay, then he jumps at you, and really a lot of arm speed. See the movement right there? 95 miles an hour. Lifts that. You know, all pitchers want that balance point. Again, he turns and hides it. Look, he pulls it out a little differently. Where he gets his torque and his late movement.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Escobar fans for the 2nd time. Let's bring in Matt Shepard.
All right, you've already talked a little bit tonight about Drew Butera's first ever inside the park home run yesterday against the Twins that allowed Kansas City to boast their first sweep of the season. He told me earlier today catcher's getting a bad rap, you know, because everybody thinks they're really slow, including Ned Yost, his manager, who said he looked like he was running in water while he was rounding third base. Butera, the first Kansas City catcher since Brent Maine in '91 to hit an inside the park, and only the 4th ever. Guys, here's the other names. Ready? Fran Healy, you know him?
Yeah.
John Waffen, you know him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Daryl Porter. Those are
Yeah.
the other Kansas City catchers to do just that. Gibby, how many do you have?
I don't know, 1 or 2. My first one was off John Smoltz, Hall of Famer.
Really? Slice to right field, and on the move, Castellanos not going to get it. It's going to go to the wall. Butera motoring to second. Not going to get it inside of Parker here, but he's got himself a double. He is on base for the 3rd time in this game.
Yeah, Nick, we pointed out the other day, he plays very shallow for a right fielder. And there's some light action out there in right center as well, but Butera, we got to give him credit. He put the barrel on the ball. This is over Nick's head. It's a long way out there, and you got to take it in and make sure you hit that cutoff, man. Butera smartly stops at second.
That is the 7th hit of the game now for the Royals. Here's Whit Merrifield. That'll get away and move the runner up. Can't find it. Mack better get there quickly. Butera rounded 3rd, but held there. Tigers gonna have to pull the infield in now.
Yeah, Mack has been picking balls all night. Look at that, hits right on the plate. What are you gonna do? That's a fastball. To block a curveball or a changeup is one thing. When a fastball comes in there, you do not expect it to skip out the plate like that. And Tigers gonna have to bring the infield in.
In the meantime, head athletic trainer Doug Teeter is out to make sure McCann is okay.
Hit him on the hand. These things usually, when they first happen, you can't really feel much except the pain. And after a while, it kind of goes away and you can use it. You're going to see right here, look at it, bounces right up and hits him right in the hand. Starts to get a little better. I'm surprised he didn't try and throw one, but he's tough. Doesn't need it.
So Merrifield now will try and drive in a run from third base, infield in for the Tigers.
He's going to be ready for first pitch.
Oh man, McCann's been doing that all night. Another great play.
How did he catch that ball? Was by him.
Saved a run.
That ball was behind him. Now, how would you ever believe that the ball's going to go over there? He's set up on the inside of the plate. He's done a good job.
Way outside, 3-0 now on Whit Merrifield, and that's going to bring McCann out to the mound. Another mound visit for the Tigers.
Tigers were expecting the ball to go out here. They really have Martin and Castellanos out here. There's a big opening right here.
Rick Anderson coming out as well. Hey Wolverines, Fox Sports Detroit University days are back, and it's time to head to Comerica Park on August 10th and show your school spirit. Special packages include a game ticket, Tigers cap in maize and blue, and a donation back to your school. If you'd like to purchase a ticket or for more information, go to tigers.com/UM. A very quick visit to the hill by Rick Anderson. So Alcantara now is in a pickle with a 3-0 count, man at third, 1 out.
You say you might just put him on and hope you can get a double play. Highly unlikely to double off Merrifield and Rosell Herrera, the next hitter.
Swing and a miss. He was hacking on 3-0. And he almost came out of his helmet.
They get first and third here, it'll be dangerous as well, as they can do the safety squeeze. That's very tough to defend with, especially with speed runners. Butera on third, not fast, but Merrifield and Herrera very fast.
In there, a strike called. Merrifield thought he had a walk. 3-2. At last pitch, the first one that came up and in to Merrifield, everything was low and away.
Yeah, I'd try to come in there again. That's where you get the weak ground balls.
Little chopper toward third. Candelario has it go foul.
Boy, good thing that didn't bounce the other way. That was almost a fair ball. No, you could not challenge that. Anything in front of the umpire on the infield, you can't challenge. Fair foul.
More action. Lewis Coleman, the former Royal, warming up. Butera doubled with 1 out. He advanced to third on a wild pitch. To third base, Candelario backs up, and out at first base is Merrifield with the runner holding, 2 gone. Time for a game break now. Here's Trevor Thompson. Yeah, it sure is. We'll get our second look at that Reds team, Trev. They'll be coming into Comerica Park on the next homestand.
They played well since reorganization over there, although they're still in last place, but dangerous. Got some players over there.
Joey Votto, Scooter Gennett, Suarez. Here's Herrera now. In there, a strike called.
National League Central, Cincinnati, bringing up the rear. Chicago and Milwaukee, really the top two horses in that division.
Chopped to the right side and gobbled up by Rodriguez, settling the threat.
Excellent job.
No runs, a double is stranded at third base. 6 in the books. Nothing. Royals have the lead. Heath Fillmyer has given up just 2 hits in this game.
No runs. 6 Ks and been totally have total control. 73 pitches. This is he's been up to 73 in the big leagues, up to 97 down in the minor leagues in AAA. So he's probably good to 90 or so. Maybe they'll push him to 100. He keeps pitching this way. He's at 75 right now.
Castellanos, Candelario, and Martinez. 13 in a row retired by Heath Fillmyer. Ground ball deep in the hole. It's short. Escobar gonna plant, gonna throw. Got him. Oh, what a play by Alcides Escobar. That's a big time play right there.
Yep, he ranged far to his right. Nick didn't get out of the box very good. Long throw. Good stretch. He got him easily.
Merrifield has made a great play tonight. Now so has Escobar.
He's had been busy out there, hasn't he? Both shortstops.
Here's Candelario. The Tigers got their 2 hits in the second, both singles, one by Victor Martinez, one by James McCann, but they couldn't score. Chamber looks at ball 2 high.
You know, the Tigers, they kind of went to the well with Jacoby Jones and Nico Goodrum. Nico was really swinging the bat well, and you might wonder why they're not in the lineup.
Roll to Merrifield and 2 gone.
But Gardy told us today just those guys need a rest. They get tired and got to give somebody else an opportunity. It has not worked so far.
Yeah, and as well, coming off the All-Star break, guys had sat down for 4 days. Do you want to keep everybody involved, everybody fresh?
Yeah, he wanted to get Victor Reyes in there. He felt like he's swinging the bat, and we've seen some games where he has swung the bat well. But tonight so far has not worked out, and it'll leave it up to Victor Martinez, who does have a hit, one of the two. James McCann has the other.
You know, 15 of the 20 outs now, Gibby. 15 of the 20 have been on 4 pitches or less. That's why his pitch count's in such great shape. So up to throw his 80th of the night. Fouled away, and the count now is 0-2 on Martinez. Inside, just missed.
Got 12 ground balls and 6 strikeouts. That's 18 out of the 20 batters he's faced. Is that right?
That's a lot. It's gone to 2-2 now.
That's right. He's got some surprising stuff. The Tigers didn't think they were getting into this good of a pitcher. Finding out pretty good.
Hey, Martinez stays alive. Barely got a piece of it, spoiling it. Victor came in a .298 career hitter against Royals pitching, but the Tigers as a team have been stymied tonight.
Kid's really got good command of his two-seamer. Doesn't look like it moves that much, but it is moving.
3-2.
Tried to backdoor him there. They've got the, is that a full Ted Williams shift right there? It is.
It is.
That's 3 infielders on the pole side.
This is something Victor has dealt with the last couple of years. Merrifield in short right. Here's the 3-2.
Good job. They've been throwing him away. Comes inside and gets a piece of it. Tigers have struggled with that pitch.
This is a 7-pitch at bat, which is the longest of the night by any Tiger against Vilmeyer. Again, fouled away. Martinez continues to battle, trying to get it to Ducey, who's on deck. Tigers need a couple of runners here.
Yeah, they need to get somebody on. Somebody has to hit one out and get him back in here. 13 runs in the last 7 games, I think, for the Tigers. So need to reverse the trend. Shut out 3 times. Got to get off the schneid, move on from there.
And he walked him, ball 4. Tigers get a 2-out base runner. Save up to 25% off select special themed event tickets in July and August. Each package includes a game ticket and premium items starting at just $16. Hurry, this offer ends at 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night. If you'd like more information, go to tigers.com/summer. Is that going to be it for Vilmeyer? He's at 87.
Yeah. He's going to ask him how he feels. That's what it looks like. He's going to lead him in.
And the crowd likes that.
Yeah, when you're a manager and you go out there, sometimes they expect you to, take the pitcher out. But when you walk out, when you first come out of the dugout, you watch and see kind of how they react to it. Go out, look them in the eye, ask them a question, you get a good feel.
But have you ever had a pitcher, when you've gone out, tell you, man, I'm done, I need to come up?
Well, they'll say, I'm okay.
And
Or the guy says, get out of here. You pretty much know what they're.
Yeah. Ducey pops one in the air, slicing down the left field line. It's going to be caught and dropped. Fair ball. And that'll put 2 aboard. Almost a great sliding play down the line.
That'll leave it up for James McCann. They got 2 on. The Ducey swung at the first pitch last time, up 2 with the ground out the first. Right off the end of the bat. Good fortune. Good break for the Tigers.
And now with the tying run coming up, that is going to be it. Dozier almost made a spectacular play, but just couldn't quite get there. Well, that ball hit his glove. It did not. So a change. Royals go to the pen. We'll be back.
Meyer is finally out of the game, and he's been a dandy game. He's got great 2-seam action, good curveball right there. He knows how to elevate, hits both sides of the plate, arm side. Here's a changeup as he goes to the 5th inning. It shows he's very athletic as well. 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no runs, a couple of walks, 6 strikeouts, and his ERA now at 2.42. Looks like the Royals got a pretty good keeper there.
Well, he had retired 15 straight before walking Martinez, then a bloop single by Ducey, bringing the night to an end for Philmeyer.
I believe only 3 balls to the outfield, so I mean he was impressive. But we got a chance. We got a wall side windows pitching change. Kevin McCarthy, 36th game, 24 strikeouts, 15 walks. Opponents hitting .231. He hasn't pitched since July 13th in Chicago.
It's been a while.
Be rusty, hang it.
Here is McCann. One swing away from tying it up. And Mack looks at a strike at Bender that drops in.
Went right to the curveball.
McCarthy has allowed homers in 2 of his last 3 outings. He's a ground ball guy, gets a bunch of those.
The Royals have been throwing McCann inside with the fastball and the breaking ball away.
There's the bouncing ball. It's going to find a hole. Base hit. Here comes Victor rounding third. He will score, and the Tigers are on the board. It's 3-1. A seeing eyes single to right field.
Well, we'll take it. That a breaking ball too, wasn't it? Yep, you see it's a changeup. McCann right through the 3-4 hole. Diving Stab by Merrifield, doesn't get it. Victor running good, scores that run. Makes things interesting with the Iglesias, who's been very good. Almost 3:30 with men in scoring position. Keep the line rolling.
Now the tying runs are aboard here with 2 outs. And that'll get away from Butera. Move him up. A single can tie it.
Gave him a pass ball on that, I believe.
They have. All of this starting with a 2-out walk to Martinez. Iglesias fly ball, ground out.
Biggie's been very quick on the fastball inside.
Bouncing ball left side, charging at third. Dozier, quick flip, high, pulled it off, and a run will score. It's a 3-2 ball game. A throwing error by Dozier.
We'll take it, huh?
So 2 ground balls, exactly what the right-hander gets. That is going to be ruled a base hit.
Wow. Well, we'll take it regardless what it is. Tigers looking right here on the run. Did not get on top of it. And Salvador Perez could not keep his foot on the bag. And the Tigers score another. Jim Aducey comes in and McCann to third.
And here is Reyes. Little chopper back toward the mound, and Reyes is out to end the inning. So the Tigers will cut into the deficit. They scored 2 runs to make it a 3-2 ball game. Coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch.
Time for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Some pretty good plays. First one by Iglesias, the quick flip. Salvador Perez thinks he's got trouble, back flips to the covering pitcher. Then Merrifield, how about this? Up, what a strong throw. He replayed that, and that was reversed, and then Escobar with the strong throw. They've laid some leather. However, the Tigers got some misfortune gifted to them in the last inning when the Royals did make a couple plays, and it's now 3-2, and we've got a wall side windows pitching change. Lewis Coleman, 28th game, needs to hold this game right where it's at.
Coleman, the former Royal, pitched here in Kansas City for 5 years from 2011 to 2015 and really did good work for the Royals. 3.2 ERA in his time here in KC. Perez is 0 for 3. He's followed by Bonifacio and Dozier. Drill to center field. That's going to drop. Base hit. Perez, a leadoff single for the Royals. And we bring in Matt Shepard.
Mario, I told you there were Tiger fans throughout Kauffman Stadium here tonight, and I've run into a couple. Barb and Mike Mercer with their son Brendan. Barb originally from Shelby Township, Mike from the great city of Berkeley, Michigan as well, now living in Kansas. What makes tonight special for you?
Tonight is special because this is my son's very first Major League Baseball game. And we were lucky enough to come here to watch the Tigers play the Royals on our way back from Michigan. And it's just exciting.
Mike, what took you so long to bring your son, who's 12 years old, to his first ball game, for crying out loud?
We're going to call it proximity. You know, we not a lot of options out that way. But like Barb said, it's worked out great coming home from Michigan to here. And Iglesias with his sweet little flip play at the end of the fourth. Rodriguez tossed us this ball at the end of that inning, so that was real cool.
And Barb, you got another one too. This one signed, huh?
Now, this is from Nico Rodriguez.
Yeah, Nico Goodrum.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're a Tiger fan. I want you to get the names right,
Yeah.
Barb. Otherwise, you and I are going to have problems.
It's been a while, I'm so sorry. But yeah, he did send him this ball, and it's great. So we appreciate it.
Special night all the way around. Brendan, you having fun, my man?
Yes, I am.
He looks good, man. He's got the old English tee there. All three of them decked out. They're in the middle of Kansas City fans. But you know what? They're Detroiters. They're not scared, Mario.
No.
They're not scared, although I'm leaving right after this.
All right, Shep, thanks. It's pretty cool, man. 2 balls for that family. One of them signed. That's pretty cool. There's a Benner that missed slowing away now. 1-1 on Bonifacio. Leadoff single by Perez here in the 7th. 1-run game. Bonifacio in this one has a double and a walk. He doubled with 1 out in the 5th and scored on the 2-out single by Lucas Duda, who has driven in all 3 runs for the Royals tonight.
Watch, he may have some movement here. No, Ned Yost like to attack, put somebody in motion.
Daniel Stump is warming probably for the event that Duda would come up. Tigers down to 1 lefty in their bullpen now with Blaine Hardy back in the rotation. Popped up. Middle of the infield. It's going to be Iglesias. 1 gone. MLB.TV is now available at a lower price for $82.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this special offer.
Yeah, it looks like Ned Yost tried to sneak one in here with Moustakas coming up for a pinch hit. Gardy's ready.
So Daniel Stump is going to come in now to face Mike Moustakas, who has been announced. They also have Alex Gordon on their bench.
And Stump is just ready, but Gardy was on that one, I tell you.
Trying to buy some time now for Stump.
Yeah, Stump was walking out the gate, but he saw what was going on. Many times you look over in their dugout, you got the scouts over there, and you see Moustakas moving around, or he's all of a sudden he's there and he's gone, and he comes back, he's got his spikes on, you know, got a bat in his hand, so we're going to get a pitching change.
So Daniel Stump coming in. We'll be back to KC.
his 35th appearance of the season, and Daniel Stump now takes on a bigger role because of the injury to Michael Fulmer. With the oblique strain, Fulmer out of the rotation, Blaine Hardy in, and that leaves Ron Gardenhire one lefty to go to in his bullpen. Daniel Stump says he likes these opportunities where he's forced to now pitch innings instead of outs, guys. Big difference for him, but no difference in his preparation or in his warm-up routine. He just feels like he can get into a better groove when he's facing more than one batter. Let's see how he does here, fellas.
Yeah, he's got Mike Moustakas coming off the bench to pinch hit, so lefty here. And Moustakas has a rip at the first offering.
And Duda behind him is a lefty as well. We looked it up, about even average-wise, lefty-righty. Does have 4 home runs versus lefties this year, but has 15 home runs versus righty. 2 for 9 off Daniel. A walk and 2 strikeouts.
0-2. So Moustakas having a big year, although he has slowed down in the last couple of months. In fact, Moustakas only 160 with 5 RBIs here in July.
Well, he's definitely on the trade block, and he's a guy they would consider moving for the right return. I think that wears on some, and there you see the spray chart. Tigers defending it appropriately. I think guys like Moustakas, if he went to another team that was in it, would be a totally different player than he is here right now. He's been struggling in July, as you said.
Wilson in the Tigers bullpen. I was talking to Shep before the game, who was watching Royals BP, and he said that Moustakas was simply taking everything to left field. As he does there, drives one in the air to center left, and he can't get it. It's out of the reach of Leonis Martin. Here comes Perez chugging around third. Throw to the plate, not in time. Pinch hit double and an RBI for Moustakas.
They love him, don't they?
The chance of Moose. He was down 0-2 in the count.
Well, he's going the other way, and this ball's right outer third, and it's right in his wheelhouse. And Lenny can't get it, and then you got the throw coming over, and Salvi Perez just got around the bases and beat it.
It looked like Martin had a beat on that ball or a chance to catch it.
Hit some jets, didn't it?
And they just took off. And Perez huffing and puffing around third, scores. 4-2 ball game now, and here's Lucas Duda. Strike one. 9th hit of the ball game for the Royals. They lead by 2. We have gotten so accustomed to seeing anything out to center field caught by Martin, and he looked like he might have a chance to run that one down.
Well, if you go back and play it, could he have taken a little different route? I mean, he barely missed it.
Got him. Duda is handled.
Let's take a look at the ball that Moustakas hit. He's got big power. Starting right here. He's going to head this way. It looked like he thought he had it. This ball's out over, and Moustakas has big power. Just couldn't do it. And, you know, he's had a hamstring problem. It didn't look like he didn't have that long stride. And here comes Gardy. He's going to get another pitcher. It's going to be Alex Wilson.
So Willie coming in here in the 7th. Royals have a run. We'll be back. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica, your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives to Motor City. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. Well, the Royals have added another run. They lead 4-2 now. Alex Wilson coming on.
Willie's been so money for the Tigers over the last 4 or 5 years. Great numbers, got a good cutter. In fact, he throws his cutter just about as much as anybody in the bigs. Got a pinch hitter here, don't we?
We do, and that is Goodwin, Brian Goodwin, who was acquired from Washington yesterday for a minor league pitcher.
Former #1 pick, I think, in 2011.
He is batting for Orlando. Missed it inside. He did not go. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brian Goodwin. 48 games with the Nationals this year. Went around, strike called. Now 1-2 on Goodwin.
That I believe that was a cutter right there. Willie going right inside on him. Right underneath the hands. He wants to swing at this. See, it just disappears. When he throws it up, it goes right to the knuckles. But McCann, another pick.
How many is that now tonight?
Got to be 8.
At least.
My guess.
Yeah.
8 to 10. I mean, big. Those. I'm talking 56 feet plus.
Goodwin with the Nationals was hitting 200 this year. Hit 13 homers last year for them at the big league level.
Coming in on the cutter.
Ground ball left side. Iglesias, tough play. His throw not in time.
We're gonna check it.
Iglesias just all over the place.
And he put a little bit on that.
He's telling them, put the headsets on. I got him.
Well, Ducey would know the most. I mean, it's late in the game. You almost have to do it, don't you?
Yeah, you got little to lose. Ooh.
Did he get him?
So hard to tell. You're not going to look at it. So it'll be an infield pinch hit for Goodwin. We'll bring up Escobar now with 2 outs. That'll be 10th Royals hit of the night.
This is the big out they got to get right here. Keep it a 2-run game.
Escobar's had a tough night at the plate, at least. He has fanned twice, 0 for 3.
He'll bunt it too. Watch out.
Soft line drive caught by the second baseman Rodriguez to end the inning. So the Royals will settle for 1 run and the RBI hit by Moustakas. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Kauffman Stadium, 4-2 is our score. The Tigers have been out hit 10-5 in this game. Mario and Gibby back here at the ballpark, and well, it's been a ball game, Gibby, in which the Tigers have not been able to do a whole lot offensively in this game, but they showed some life in the 7th.
They did. You know, I'm going to go back to Francisco Liriano. He only gave up 3 runs, and he struggled right from the first inning. It kept him within range. They got a couple to make it 3-2 last inning, and they held it at 1 run the last half inning. So it's 4-2. You get 1 guy on, and you get a home run. They're due. I'm telling you, they're due for something like that. With a big turnaround here, we get this thing turned around, score some runs.
Well, it appeared that Liriano, whose pitch count was up most of the night, was not really going to survive and get up a lot more runs than he did. And as he mentioned, allowing just the 3 runs, he pitched well enough certainly to win tonight. And hopefully now the Tigers offense can get to the bullpen of the Royals. McCarthy is still out there. The Tigers have the top of the lineup now. It's Martin, then Rodriguez and Castellanos. 4-2 ball game. Bouncing ball foul.
You brought up the stat about the runners in scoring position, and you know, if you look at those last, we got some runs, but the swings can be better. You just got to get better pitches and sell out on a good pitch. You're going to have a better chance to drive the ball in the big situations.
Ground ball right side, scooped up by Merrifield. They'll keep the leadoff man off the bases. 1 gone. Well, how about a Ram pick the stick update? What do we got tonight?
Not a lot going on. Rod's pretty good with Victor.
Everybody else.
Simo.
Well, Simo's got a pair.
Nick just has trouble with me behind him, I guess.
Yeah, I'm working on a -1 as well tonight.
Well, it could change quickly here, you know that.
That it can. Ronnie Rodriguez rips 1 foul.
Boy, he doesn't get cheated.
I was about to say that in his 2nd tour of duty here, he seemingly has cut down his swing a little bit. He seems a bit more under control.
He's going to see some off speed. There's a changeup.
0-2.
It's okay to swing like, if you're going to swing it that way, what you don't want to do is decelerate the bat. You see a lot of guys in without 2 strikes, they decelerate and they want to hit that pitch. Now you decelerate and you got to put it in play now.
Tap back to the mound, and McCarthy throws him out 2 away.
Another changeup.
Here are the defensive changes. Gordon is in the game playing left field. Goodwin stays in the game playing center field. And Mike Moustakas is at 3rd down.
Alex Gordon's in the game in left field, I see. He's the best defender in left field in the game. Leads with like 18 defensive runs saved.
Here is Castellanos with 2 outs. Nick is 0 for 3, although he thought he had himself a hit in his last at bat, but Escobar went deep to the hole, made a great play on it. Royals of this game have stranded 10 men. 2-0.
They've been throwing Nick inside a lot. Now this time they're working it away. 2-0 count. Gonna go with the fastball away. Looks like Nick's timing off just a little bit. Out in front. I was talking to him while he was getting his haircut today. Just about his philosophy. He wants to gain ground towards the ball all the time. He doesn't want to fall back on his back foot. He wants to stay through with length on the ball. Through the zone.
3-1. There is Jamer on deck. McCarthy came on in the 7th, gave up 2 seeing-eyed singles, actually 1, and another one was thrown away, which was ruled a single. Then he got the final out. Now 2 gone here in the 8th. Oh, Nick had one in on his hands, and he rolled it foul.
Is this a video?
Yeah, it's a video.
Lovely. Yeah, look good, feel good, play good.
And rate good?
And rate good. Break them leaves, boy.
Hey, a little more hair might help you, though.
Yeah, I'll give you my leftovers.
So nice of him, but you know, he really takes a easy approach to the game. He doesn't get too excited, doesn't feel too much pressure.
Pull on the ground at third, scooped up by Moustakas, and in time, a 1-2-3 inning for McCarthy. We will go to the bottom of the 8th here in KC. Royals by 2. Game summary tonight here in the bottom of the 8th. Liriano 4 2/3 before his pitch count finally got him. He struck out 6 in the game. And how about Philmar tonight, Gibby? He, I think, kind of surprised us a bit.
Well, he's impressive, that's for sure. He 6 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, did end up giving up 1 earned run, but he was in total control, and the amount of strikeouts and ground ball outs he had compared to the number of total outs was really impressive.
Butera leads it off and rolls it slowly toward Kennedy. Quick throw, threw it away. And Butera thought about going to second. Wise choice to hold up.
So 4 times he's been on base?
Yeah, single, hit by pitch, double, and now this. Base hit.
He's doing a lot of running for a catcher. Really, Candy comes on. Usually you want to get around that ball, but he really didn't have time to do it. And Ducey had no chance of getting off that bag. Good backup by Ronnie. And McCann held Butera to first base.
The 11th hit of the night now for the Royals. They have stranded 10 men on base.
Let's strand a couple more.
Merrifield, a walk and a steal, and a run scored tonight. Four to 2, Royals have the lead. We're in the 8th. Bunting, oh, and a good one. Candelario, bare hand pick, and oh, what a play by Candy to get him. I didn't think he had a shot.
That was awesome. Well, we know he's loose from Butera, the previous batter. But
It's a great play.
when he's really come a long way. Look at here, it looked like it was going to be hit. You just got a good grip. A lot of times when you're barehanding it like that, it has a lot to do with the grip. But running away from first base when he picked that ball, have that strong of a throw accurately. Good job, Candy.
That'll advance the runner with 1 out, and here is Rosell Herrera. Slice toward left field. Reyes on the run, not going to get there. Rounding third and holding. Butera was given the stop sign. It'll be a double for Herrera.
Well, third base coach right there. You got Butera, who really isn't a great runner. You got 1 out here at the top of your order, so he's going to hold him up. It looked like he was going to throw home, but then he ends up throwing it to second base, Victor Reyes. A lot going on in the bases right here. So the third base coach has to make his decision. And on to second base goes Herrera.
Butera did not get a great read on that ball.
Did you see how he stopped there?
Yeah.
He slid. That's pretty good technique.
Infield in a few steps now, and here is Salvador Perez.
Royals have been relentless in their pressure, haven't they?
All night long.
Had a guy on in every inning.
Yeah. They have not gone down 1, 2, 3 tonight. Fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Perez, who has a single and 4 at bats. Starting catcher for the American League All-Star team. Another good snag there by McCann. Gordon waiting on deck.
If you're an infielder, you want to really see if you can see the signs, understand where the pitch is going to go now.
Swing and a miss.
Sal has not hit that ball all night. Struck him out in there a couple times earlier.
Nice numbers against Wilson, though. 4 for 8 with a home run. To right field, slicing.
Well, he's really diving out over that plate right now. See if you can get it in on him. There you see all the way. So Salvador Perez, just that front foot, as soon as he lifts his leg, that front's going diving right here.
Little pop up, and Wilson going to make the catch. Big out there, 2 away. Perez unable to get it done. Upcoming matchup presented by Wallside Windows, Zimmerman and Smith tomorrow in game 2.
Well, Jordan coming off a pretty good finish to the before the All-Star break, 4-1 on the year. He's going to face Bert Smith, making his 3rd start of the season. So the Tigers are going to be up against another young'un that they haven't faced before. Going to be a challenge. Got a sweet haircut there. Wish I had some of that.
Me too. Infield back now with 2 outs. Here is Gordon, his first at bat of the night. End of the game defensively as a replacement.
He's had a real good year defensively, but offensively not so good.
.240 batting average for Alex Gordon. Ground ball back up the middle. Iglesias is there, and Gordon is out. Threat is over. Royals strand 2 more, and we will go to the 9th in KC. Candelario will lead things off for the Tigers. All right, fellas, thank you. It is last call time for the Tigers now. We go to the top of the 9th. It'll be Candelario to lead things off. 4-2. The Royals have the lead, and ball 1 is issued from the new pitcher, Brandon Maurer.
Yeah, get ready for some heat. 99 mile an hour on the first pitch. He's giving it up, though. See so far this year. Last outing of the 20th versus Minnesota.
Maurer broke in with Seattle, was with the Padres recently. Swing and a miss. Put a wrinkle in one there.
Yeah, it's always hard when you're looking at 99 and then they take 20 mile an hour off it on a slide piece. But now you've seen all the pitches.
Sounded like a broken bat in a shallow center field, and it's going to drop. Base hit.
It's a beauty.
Candelario is aboard to lead things off in the 9th. Join us again tomorrow, round 2 between the Tigers and Royals. All the game coverage begins with Tigers Live at 7 right here on Fox Sports Detroit.
When you look at the good work the Tigers have done in the last 2 innings to hold the Royals to 1 run and no run in an inning. Actually, it was 2 runs, but they cut it off in the 7th.
Here is Victor Martinez, who walked and started the rally with 2 outs in the 7th. And the Tigers got their only 2 runs of the game so far. Biamard on base twice in this game, has a single as well. Ball 1.
Look here, Candy gets sawed off. There's some heat on him, and see Escobar heading out. Perfectly placed. You couldn't throw it out there any better, right?
No.
The Tigers are in business. Tying runs to the plate. Right inside the pole, Victor.
There is action. Joe Jimenez warming up for the Tigers in case they can get this thing to the bottom of the ninth.
Now, it'll be interesting if the Tigers tie. Would they bring Joe in?
Victor drives one to right field. That ball is going to get down and go to the wall. Here comes Candelario to third. They're going to stop in there. It'll be a double for Victor Martinez, and the Tigers have the tying runs in scoring position. Nobody out.
Victor's second hit with a walk, feeling good. They're going to get a pinch runner. Gets the fastball. Actually, it looks like a little slider that's hanging on the inside, and Victor stays all over it down in the corner. Herrera plays it pretty good, and boy, Candy, he came around that base like you're supposed to. Full out, made Clarkie stop him. Tigers second and third, nobody out. Chance to tie this game up.
Here is Jim Adducci. Seven Tigers hits now. And Adducci looks at a ball low.
Right now is when you got to have good at bats. You got to swing at a good pitch. You can be ready on the first pitch or the second pitch, but you cannot swing at a bad pitch. You got to get something middle of the plate that you can drive.
2-0. Mauer was acquired last year from the Padres as the Royals went for it at the trade deadline last year. They got him with Ryan Buchter to fortify their bullpen. 97 there.
Okay, when you got somebody that's got an arm, he's throwing, high 90s. What's not to like? But some guys, you got to have something to go through it. Looks like as hard as he throws, they're still getting the bat on it. The slider has not been as effective as most would want it.
Fair ball down the left field line. This is going to tie the ball game up. Candelario scores. Jones scores. It's a double. 2 runs in. It's 4-4. Jim Adducci comes through. Mauer gives up a single and 2 doubles.
Boy, Tigers struck quick. Jamer got a kind of a fortunate off the end of the bat or jam, but the Adducci bullet. Victor had a bullet before that. The Tigers have tied it.
Now a great chance to go ahead with a runner at second, nobody out. Ned Yost coming out. And Mauer is going to face 3 batters and depart the scene, it appears. Royals did not have a lot of time to get the right-hander Hamill warming up, so Ned Yost taking as long as they'll give him, and that'll be it for Mauer. He departs. Tigers have tied it up, and we'll be back.
tied it up. It started with the Ducey here in the 7th. James McCann, he adds to it. This all is after 2 outs started. Iglesias with the infield hit. The Tigers get 2 right there. Then in the 9th inning, it got right after it. Jammer Candelario with the single. Then Victor with the double down into the right field. Ducey again. That scores a couple as well. So the Tigers have the tied score. Ducey's on second. Nobody out. What do you do here with McCann? Do you just hope he can hit it to the right side of the diamond? Do you bunt him? Leave it up to Iglesias.
12 men left on base for the Royals. That has been a big part of this game as Jason Hamill comes on now. Mauer gives up 3 hits and departs the scene. Hamill facing McCann, who had that RBI single in his last at bat, trying to get that runner to third.
High fastballs. He's got a curveball as well.
And McCann flies one in the air to left field. On the move is Gordon, still going back. It's over his head and off the wall. This will score a run. McCann is on his way to second, a double, and the Tigers have their first lead.
I think the Tigers are happy getting Philmeyer out of there.
4 straight hits, and they have taken it to the Royals' pen.
Breaking ball. It looks like James was sitting all over it, and he pounded it off the wall there. Gordon gets it in, but Ducey scores easily. Tigers have the lead 5-4. McCann at second, nobody out.
Keep tacking on. Here's Iglesias. He'll look at a strike. Single, double, double, double. A 3-run 9th for the Tigers. They were trailing all day. 0-2. Now you got the closer up, Shane Green.
So they had Joe if it was tied, and Greeny if they go ahead.
Ground ball, third base side. Moustakas will hold the runner, and Iglesias is out. That is the first out of the inning.
Pretty good pitch. They came in on Iglesias. He couldn't lay off. And they wanted to get that ball to the right side, but Iggy couldn't get it over there. Leaves McCann at second with 1 down.
Victor Reyes so for 3.
Be nice to pick up an extra run, wouldn't it?
Let's get him in. Swing and a miss. Big swing there by Reyes. All of a sudden, the Tigers now have 9 hits. They had 2 for most of the evening. It'll pop up shallow center field. This one might drop. It does. Base hit. McCann, they're going to have a shot at him at third. And he's safe. To second goes Reyes.
That's a tough one right there. McCann, you're supposed to stay off with 1 out. Be able to score if it drops and be able to get back. They got to review it. I mean, it's an important play. It looks like his leg is on there. Does it come off? They're getting about. No, they're going to turn it down. They're going to leave it. I mean, there's DJ Rayburn over there, pride of University of Michigan.
Single, second on the throw, so it's second and third now with 1 out.
They're going to go after Leonis Martin.
They're going to walk.
Going to put him on. They got to, yeah. Set up the double play. Corners will be in. They'll come home probably. Ronnie Rodriguez. It'll be up to him.
Rodriguez is hit into one double play in this game. He's 0 for 4.
Good pitch.
Strike one on Ronnie. Didn't like it.
He's got to know he's going to see some wrinkles. He's dead red, sitting on a fastball every pitch. Get a hanger and let it go.
Tigers have Castellanos on deck. Tigers now with 10 hits, so both teams double digits.
Going to probably throw a chase pitch right here. You're a runner, you want to be ready. Down there at third, James McCann.
And Ronnie stays alive. This is the 8th man to bat in the inning here in the 9th. Tigers have put up 3 runs on 5 hits.
Probably going to waste a pitch here and come back to that slider. Better be careful if you're the Royals, because Ronnie's going to try and get his bat on it.
Roll towards short. They're going to go to second one. Relay. Oh, in time a double play to end the inning.
He turned that quick.
Man, did they. And the Tigers will settle for 3, but they take the lead. A 6-4-3 ends the inning. Shane Green coming on to the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th, the Tigers score 3. In the top of the 9th, they lead 5-4, and they've got their closer on now, Shane Green.
Well, Greeny coming on for his 2nd appearance since the All-Star break. There's the numbers: 19 of 22. 45 strikeouts, only 11 walks. So he's ready to go. Shut these Royals down. Tigers only picked up 1 run there. I mean, the go-ahead run. So lead 5-4 as we go into the 9th.
Stock hits one back up the middle, but they had him played perfectly, and Iglesias throws him out.
Tried to jump him, didn't he? Good quality pitch right there. Sinker, got the grounder.
1 gone. Here is Lucas Duda. Duda with 3 RBIs tonight. 2-run single in the first, RBI single in the 5th.
Guess he likes some hard stuff, huh?
Apparently.
Did you hear his walk-up music?
Yes. Fouled away, 0-1. Duda's also fanned a couple of times tonight. Same 2 clubs tomorrow. It's going to be a short road trip for the Tigers. 3-gamer here in KC. Tigers came in having lost 7 of 9 at Kauffman Stadium. Right back up the middle again, Iglesias. Another perfect positioning, 2 gone.
It's amazing how not long ago you'd never see a guy playing there. If you did, it was always the second baseman.
So 2 away now. Here is Goodwin, their final chance.
See Gardy right there. They're looking, him and Steve Little. See Gardy, little fine tuning right there to the infield. You got to figure going to stay away. Slider down and in though for Chase.
Goodwin came on as a pinch hitter in the 7th and singled.
And then we got 2 guys over here. Left all this, and then we've got Iglesias over here this time. Let's see if it works. Greeny's got good velocity and he's got good movement on his pitches. And a good slider and a good breaking ball. Keep it down, keep it out of the air.
1-2 now, 95 on that last heater.
Lots of eyes on Greeny, I'm sure. Was a starter in New York and now into the bullpen and now into the closer role.
Soft line drive, base hit left field. Just out of the reach of Iglesias, and Goodwin keeps it alive with a 2-out single.
So you got to be careful. He stays on it pretty good. Iglesias is in the right spot, just over his head. Big wide turn, but it holds up. Greeny's going to have to make sure we hold him. We don't want him to steal here.
Escobar, the batter. Strike 1. Tying run aboard with 2 outs. Tigers scored all 5 of their runs in the last 3 innings. They got 2 in the 7th, 3 in the 9th.
Vacated this. Now we're playing here, here, and here. Really moving them. They're working, aren't they? Not just standing in the old spots like they used to.
It'll dive low. 1 ball and 1 strike on Escobar.
Go back when they didn't do shifts. Right here was the spot where it'd be like compacted. Right here would be a spot. Everybody would stand in the same spot. But it's not that way anymore. Look at the difference.
Candelario hugging the line at third base.
No doubles.
Rolled foul.
The infield we talk about, look at how deep they are here. Real deep. No doubles. Want that ball to be in front of you, you got to stop that runner right here from scoring. You got to make him get 2 hits.
Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Escobar, good discipline there, did not chase.
He's been around long enough to know what he's going to get in these situations. Drew Butera on deck. What a game he's had. What a couple of games he's had for the Royals.
In the air toward right field, slicing toward the line, Castellanos to end the ball game. A comeback win tonight for the Tigers. They beat the Royals in game 1, 5-4. Now we send you to the Coliseum Studios. Trevor Thompson, Tigers Live postgame.